Less than a week away now from the 20th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. It's still the largest act of domestic terrorism our country has ever seen. All week long, we're taking a look back at what happened April 19th, 1995. The images are still haunting. April 19th, 1995 at 9:02 a.m., 168 people were killed when a bomb in a Ryder truck exploded outside the federal courthouse in Oklahoma City. Two people would be tried and convicted, Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols. Now, with 20 years of perspective, this week we talk with a number of people whose lives were changed by the events of that day. We talk with Stephen Jones, who was called on to represent McVeigh.
Well, it was challenging, but I was a draftee, not a volunteer. So I did my duty, and as I saw it, and then I went on to other things.
His first letter to me.
We also sit down with Phil Bacharach, a former reporter and editor of the Oklahoma City Gazette. Timothy McVeigh wrote almost 20 letters to Bacharach.
The most vicious and evil person can come off as a completely personable human being. I mean, that's what a sociopath is.
I love you so much.
We also talk with Austin Allen, a 24-year-old man who lost his dad in the bombing. The first 3 years of his life, he was in the daycare center located in the basement of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. A year before the bombing, he was moved to a daycare in Norman, a move that likely saved his life. But his dad perished in the bombing.
She was like, your dad won't be returning home. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, we've lost your father. And that's when really all the pieces came together.
And we also talked with first responders who were there that morning and worked to save lives. But we begin by taking a look at the new $10 million renovation to the Oklahoma City Museum. Organizers say they spent that money to better tell the story for a new generation who needs to know what happened.
If you haven't seen the museum since January, you've got to come back and see it because it is a completely new museum.
So join us all this week tonight for 2 News at 10 as we'll have these stories and much more as we approach the 20th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. Again, it all starts tonight at 10 o'clock.